Print off the pattern at 100% sizing using the link provided. If you need to increase or decrease it, do it a 1/4 inch at a time along the front and the bottom of the pattern. Taper near the ear if you'd like, and put it onto cardboard to make it last longer. Lay down the squares for the outside of the mask right sides together. Lay the squares for the liner of the fabric right sides together on top of that. Here I chose bird's eye cloth for a natural filter. Pin all 4 layers together. Lay your pattern on top of all the layers and trace it before you cut it out. Using flathead pins made this process easier. Separate the 2 pairs of fabric and pin or clip them along the curve. This is where you'll be sewing first. Using a 1/4 inch seam allowance, sew along the curve, removing any pins or clips as you go. Have your needle stopping down so you can lift up your presser foot to work your way around the curve. Don't forget to backstitch at the beginning and the end to secure the stitches. Repeat these steps for the liner fabric, sewing a 1/4 inch along the curve. Don't forget to backstitch at the beginning and the end. Using scissors, cut small clips along the curve. This will make it easier to turn. Do it for the liner and the outside fabric. Make sure both pieces are facing the same direction. This pattern has a sharper angle on top for the nose. Turn the liner piece right side out. Place it inside of the front piece. You'll be lining up the center seam along the top and the bottom. Working with the top of the mask first, align the seam. Have the seam allowance facing in opposite directions when you pin or clip them. Work your way along the edge, lining up the fabrics, and pin or clip them in place. If you're working with a fabric such as bird's eye or knit, you might need to readjust your clips as you go. Sew a 1/4 inch seam allowance, removing the clips or pins as you go. Don't forget to backstitch at the beginning and end, and have your needle stopping down to work your way around any curves. Repeat the same for the bottom of the mask. Aligning the fabrics, pin and clip, and sew a 1/4 inch seam allowance along the bottom. Backstitching at the beginning and the end. Now that the front of the mask and the liner of the mask are sewn right sides together, you're going to turn it right sides out. Push your fingers along the seams from the inside to push them out, and roll them with your fingers to make them flat. Iron the edges if you'd like. I used a seam roll here, but you can also use a ham. You can purchase nose clips online, or here I used folder fasteners. Keep the paper over top of the sticky part. You will be sewing a tunnel along the top of the mask to put this clip in. You can either measure the clip and mark along the top of the mask. You can hold up the clip and mark with a line where you'll be sewing. Or if you don't want to mark your fabric, you can simply use a mark on your sewing machine that you'll keep the edge of the fabric as you sew. Here I measured the clip, added 1/8 of an inch, and used a mark on my stitch plate, making sure to keep the edge of the fabric touching that mark as I sewed along the edge. Insert the clip into the tunnel you just created. If you're using the folder fasteners, you will have to wiggle it because it does catch on the fabric, especially on the bird's eye cloth. Make sure the clip is centered with the seam in the middle. Using extreme caution, close up the end of that tunnel. Make sure the metal clip is not under the needle. Don't forget to backstitch at the beginning and the end. Start where you've already sewn and go to the end of the mask. Make sure the clip is all the way at the side you've just closed before you work on the other side. Make sure the clip is not under the needle when you start. Go slow and secure at the beginning and the end of your stitches. You do not need to sew very close to the clip. Roll the fabric along the edge and bend the clip to make it more moldable. Lay your mask face down. Double fold the end piece over, large enough so it can create a tunnel to thread elastic or knit through. Pin or clip in place. Do the same for the opposite side. Sew along the fabric where you folded it. Don't forget to backstitch at the beginning and the end. This is creating the tunnel. Do the same for the opposite side. I find the jersey knit fabric more comfortable than elastic. Here I've cut 2 pieces that will wrap around the ears. Each piece is 1 inch wide by 9 inches long. When you stretch the fabric, they become ties without any sewing. Use a large safety pin to thread the tie through the tubes you've made at the end of the mask. Clip it onto the end of your knit and feed it through your tube. Align the end of the ties and tie in a very loose figure 8 knot. This is so you can adjust it after you try it on over your ears. Repeat these steps for the opposite side. Try on the mask, adjust the knots, and if you'd like, pull the knots inside the tubes that you've created. Thank you and stay safe.